Hello. Um, I'm I'm testing a new microphone I got. I hope the sound is good. Um, I'm still not on holidays, but this is the slowest time of the year professionally, and I have a considerable pile of books to read. I showed some um, on my last video, but I have some more to show. And I got Death, Neil Gaiman's Death from the Sandman universe. This is a hardcover compiling both um, the high cost of living and um, the time of your life. They both have very nice art by Chris Bacalo. And this is probably one of the last things from uh, the Sandman universe, or at least from the 1990s Sandman universe that I still haven't read. One of the very few American series I'm following right now, Gideon Falls Volume 5. Um, I've read Volume 1 and 2, but then I realized the story is too complex for me to enjoy it or for me to remember it um, after having to wait for 5 or 6 months for the next volume. So I decided to stop, and I will read it once I have all the books with me. Um, but I think the series will finish in volume 6, so I can probably start reading it anytime now. I really enjoy the the story, the plot. Um, Jeff Lemire is writing very well here, but I don't like the art, or at least I don't like the overly photo referenced art in here. But then Andrea Sorrentino, the artist, kind of compensates that by having some really interesting layouts and some quite original graphic solutions. Um, and all in all, um, I think this is a very cool series. I know photo referencing has always been used in comics, but one thing is to um, start a drawing and using photo referencing in order to make the drawing more in order to make the drawing closer to a photography. And another thing is to work on a photograph and turn it into some kind of a drawing, and that I don't like so much. And very very commonly um, drawings lose fluidity and start looking like a photo novella, and that's not the kind of art I enjoy the most. But still, Gideon Falls, um, it's very enjoyable. By Paco Roca, a Spanish artist, The House. Um, Paco Roca's books um, have been published in English. There's Wrinkles, which is probably his most famous one. The House, also. Winter of the Cartoonist. And I'm not sure if any more of his books have been translated to English. But Paco Roca is one of the most notorious Spanish artists right now, maybe along with Miguel Chuprado and um, the Black Sad guys, Guarnido, the artist Juanjo Guarnido. And this one is about a house, obviously, which belonged to a man who collected several things in the house. And now that he has passed away and his three sons are about to sell the house, they are discovering the house contents and kind of and those contents kind of bring back memories to them. I think I'll enjoy it because I do enjoy Paco Roca. By the Argentinians José Muñoz and Carlos Sampaio, Billie Holiday. This one has been published several years ago, but I always found it too expensive for a black and white comic with not that many pages. And now I found it at a much more decent price and couldn't resist it. José Muñoz is one of the great masters in black and white comics. His style does seem a little bit weird at first, but once you dive into these pages, it really transports the reader to his graphic universe. And that's what great artists do. And every time I think about José Muñoz, I also think about one of my favorite stories, or my favorite story in Batman Black and White Volume 1, the original series, which is The Devil's Trumpet, which is by José Muñoz. Really nice art. I really enjoy this. Over the past couple of months, I've been doing this collection of Peter Pan by Loisel, the French artist who has created The Quest for the Time Bird. This is his version of Peter Pan. It's 6 volumes. It takes place in London in the late 19th century, kind of a Charles Dickens London. And Loisel art is very, very nice, and especially in this oversized format. In Europe, comics are really getting bigger. American comics have been published lately in a slightly oversized format, the deluxe format, they call it. And even European comics, and I I got this one just to show you. Even European comics lately have been published in a larger than regular European albums format. So that's good news. But as I was saying, um, Loisel's Peter Pan Volume 1, Volume 2, 3. Hello, good evening, Go Boy. Thank you. And Gore Vidal. Hello. Volume 4, 5, Hook. Loisel is excellent and a great visual storyteller. And Volume 6. I would like to see that, Gore. Yes. And then Volume 2 of Animal Castle. This is very much inspired by Animal Farm. It's a French series by writer Dorison, uh, which is already quite well known, and artist Delep, who I never, with whom I was not acquainted before. This is another very beautiful series. Very inspired by Animal Farm, as I said, but very touching in the way series featuring animals usually are. And it's not exactly anthropomorphic art. The animals are not depicted like human beings, or they don't have many physical characteristics of human beings, but they do have personality traits of humans. And I don't know if there is a word for that. It's certainly not anthropomorphic, but there's probably another term to describe it. Very beautiful, though. I'm really looking forward to read this. It's probably going to be the first book I read out of this pile. And finally, Volume 4 of Jean-Pierre Gibras' Matteo. Jean-Pierre Gibras is also a well-known artist in the United States. There's a few of his books already published there. This series, Matteo, is his latest one. Matteo is a born French but with Spanish ancestry anarchist, and he goes to World War One, to the trenches in Volume 1, but then he deserts the army. And Volume 2 has him in Russia during the Russian Revolution. But he ends up being disappointed with the revolution, and he returns to France, and then he presents himself at a police station, and for the several next years he serves time in prison. Volume 3 is his return to France after being in prison, and here in Volume 4 He is heading to Spain during the Spanish Revolution. Jean-Pierre Gibrat's art is masterful. Very often he paints directly over pencils. His women are also always especially beautiful. And if you have the chance to pick some book by Gibrat, I highly recommend it. And that is it for this video. Hi Terence, how are you? The Mateo is in Portuguese. It's a Portuguese edition. Actually, all the books I showed, yes, all the books I showed tonight are Portuguese editions. There's already 4 volumes of Mateo. Yes, Cor. Okay, well, this is it. I hope the sound is better. As I said in the beginning of this live stream, I'm still not on vacations. I will go a few days away in mid-August, but work is already very slow, so I'm taking the chance to upgrade my YouTube skills, and hopefully I will be able to do some more videos in the next few weeks. Thank you for being here, guys, and mind the comics. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.